We can all agree that every assignment we get or assignments that we assist on, we take a little bit of that particular incident with us. Then after years and years of witnessing suicides, child abuse, team members involved in violent acts like officer-involved shootings, domestic violence, team members getting hurt or killed, and the list can go on, it can become overwhelming. And it all seems to pile up, and then we take it home. And we start impacting those that are closest to us and those that we love most, our families. So what do? Well, we have to learn to release this trauma and ask for help in order to stop this cycle. And it's a vicious cycle. Nelson Mandela once said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." It's time for us to courageously confront these challenges head on, and we must conquer our fears in order to thrive in our noble professions and rewrite the story. Today, I'd like to introduce our panel of speakers, starting with Commander James McCormick. Commander McCormick is a military veteran, and he served in law enforcement for over 30 years. And he has courageously agreed to share his story with us of how this vicious cycle impacted him and those closest to him. Dr. Rick Bradstreet, he's a police psychologist who served 25 years with the Austin Police Department. And Dr. Hank Seitz, Dr. Hank, who's a mental scientist and behavioral psychologist.
The picture I want to paint, we've all been to the grocery store and seen these bright red, beautiful, red, delicious apples they just put out, and they're shiny and juicy looking and big. So you grab a bag, and on the way out to the car, you snatch one out of the bag and you take a big old bite, and it's just juicy and running down your chin, and it's delicious. And as you get that bite and start to pull it away, you get this taste and this smell, and you pull it back, and that beautiful apple is just rotten in the core on the inside. Well, in all reality, in all honesty, that was my entire life. So I retired with a broken body, addicted to opiate painkillers, and a raging alcoholic. And I retired sooner than I wanted to. And my 3 children that I brag about, my oldest son walked away after a year and was self-medicating with meth and heroin, and decided he wanted to go into a life of crime in the drug world. My group, my guys, made cases on him, and he spent most of his 20s in prison and in and out of jail.
Sergeant Ramos, you described how he had taken you aside when you were a young officer and said, be careful, your 3 buddies are about to be out of the business. What were the qualities that the 4 of you were doing that was so in sync with rock and roll? What was the, because you were having fun, what was the good stuff versus what were you overlooking?
Well, we worked out together, we trained together, we were all shooting enthusiasts, and we shot together even competitively. And of course, our families knew each other, and we would hang out and, barbecue and birthdays and all that stuff. But we, 2 of the guys were with me on our priority response team, and then 2 of us and myself were on the SWAT team together for a while. And the short time I was in uniform in patrol, we were the go-getters. We were stat hounds, and we were arrests and foot pursuits and vehicle pursuits, you name it. If there was something going on, we were in the middle of it. The dispatchers called us the zombie squad.
And in some ways, the supervisors didn't challenge you if you started to look off your game, right? Because you were the zombie squad.
Oh no, we got results.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
But Sergeant Ramos saw, and he was a very wise, seasoned veteran, and he's like, y'all are going to go too far, especially in your personal life. And, you know, there was choir practice and all that stuff. So he gave me the warning. He probably, knowing him, he pulled us all aside and told us the same thing. But I don't know who listened. Well, I do know who didn't listen.
What scientists have said, and in the last 5 years, all of science, and this is quantum physics, physicists, molecular biologists, all of the science disciplines have come together and agreed that there's actually 3 steps to create a better life or to create your experience. And maybe something that you'd like to write down, and I put this really in bold lettering and, you know, underline it and everything, but I create my own experience.